Welcome to
Car Rides with Little Miss Gigi.
a place where girls like you will be inspired by godly stories. Hi Gigi girls, it's Esther. As you remember, last time we talked about a story that Valentina said was really interesting.
If you haven't heard part 1 of the story, go back and listen to it now. If not, you won't be able to understand.
In the story from last time, do you remember how brave the queen was? And even though she was scared, she chose to be brave. And I think sometimes we aren't very brave, are we? Valentina, is there a time that you remember that you've been brave?
Well, I remember when I was very young, I went on an aeroplane and I was in a big lightning storm and lightning almost struck the plane.
Oh no, you're kidding. That would have been so scary.
It was very scary for me because I was over the water and I did not want to be swimming with the sharks.
Oh no, for sure. That would have been really scary. I'm so glad that God protected you on that plane.
God is very protective and He loves you and He will protect you.
Yes, I completely agree. Okay, let's check what Poppy has in her glitter box today.
Yay, Poppy!
Hello again, girls. Have you been wearing the crown you made? Well, I have, and me and my best friend Daisy wore it all day on Sunday. We dressed up and we pretended we were princesses. It really was so much fun, and that's why in my glitter box today, I have the crown template again. Because if you haven't done it, it is so much fun, I don't want you to miss out. Make sure you send me a photo of you wearing it and pretending to be a princess. But do you know what? Do you want to know a secret? We really are princesses because we belong to God, and I really want you to remember that always. So get crafting and I'll see you next time. And don't go away, get ready to listen to part 2. Story recap. Esther was chosen Queen of Persia. Her cousin Mordecai told her to keep a secret and to tell no one that she was a Jewish girl. She didn't say anything, but things were getting bad because evil Haman wants to kill all the Jews, including Esther. Mordecai is really scared, but Esther tells him that she will go and see the king even if she is killed. Let's see what happens next.
The Brave Queen Part 2.
Story written by Alicia Lee Long. Suddenly, a new idea came to Esther. She knew that God was much more powerful than any part of this problem, and she asked Mordecai to pray that God would look after her and that she would be safe when she went to talk to the king Ahasuerus. Mordecai agreed wholeheartedly, and he even organized for all God's people to pray for his beloved cousin Esther. Meanwhile, Esther gathered her friends at the palace to pray. They fasted together all day, eating no food so that their minds could be focused on talking with God about their request. This was certainly a very important request. Queen Esther was standing at the king's door. The door seemed so tall, wide, dark, and heavy, and she was very nervous. Her heart pounded inside her chest. Could she really walk to the king's golden throne without his permission and be spared her life? Would King Ahasuerus become angry with her and order his soldiers to take her away? Finally, the door squeaked open very, very slowly. It echoed loudly down the corridor. She walked in, scared but still standing tall and graceful as possible.
Esther, my queen, my darling, I haven't seen you in such a long time. What can I do for you? Anything. Ask me anything at all.
Wrapped in his red velvet gown, King Ahasuerus was indeed very happy to see her. He loved her very much. Esther stood there confidently. My king and my love, I would like to invite you and your good friend Haman to a special dinner tomorrow night. Esther had a special secret plan. The long table was decorated with richly colored tablecloth, gold embroidered placemats, and flickering candles. The silverware had been polished to a high gloss, and only the most delicious spices were used for the king's cuisine. At the special dinner, Esther said to Ahasuerus, "My king, my love, I have some very odd news for you."
Go on, my love.
He said. Queen Esther proceeded. "Did you know that somebody at the palace has declared that all of God's people should die? It has been passed as law. I'm very sad and worried about this because I love the living God too, and I surely do not wish to die." King Ahasuerus was very angry at this news. He loved his kind wife and did not want her to die.
This is preposterous. This is outrageous. This is beyond belief.
He shouted as he tore at his royal gown.
Tell me, who is this cruel person who made up this awful, awful law?
Haman swallowed hard. He knew exactly who Esther was talking about. Never would he had imagined the king would be so angry about this. Maybe he had underestimated what the king was willing to tolerate. Drops of sweat formed at his brow. Suddenly he was very, very nervous. He had worked for the king for many, many years. He sank low into his chair. He wished with all his might that he could hide right now. But Queen Esther felt God's Spirit with her, and God's Spirit always gives us courage, power, and our sound mind. She looked Haman in the eyes, and she replied to her husband, "It was Haman who made that law." That night, King Ahasuerus ordered his soldiers to take Haman away, and the special dinner turned into a terrible punishment for Haman. The king took back the cruel law, and all of God's people were saved. They were very thankful and praised God. It was because of the prayers and faith of the people and Queen Esther's own faith and courage that God was able to save them. God always listens to our prayers, and He loves it when we put our faith in Him.
That story was the best, but I heard that story before. Where did I hear it? Oh yes, now I remember. I read it in the Bible.
Yes, you can find the story in the Bible.
The story is found in the book of Esther.
So girls, you can go and read it with your parents.
Time for Girls Express. Today we have an audio from Isabella.
Isabella is 9 years old and she lives in Queensland. Let's listen to her audio.
Hi, my name is Isabella. I like to read and I like to run. What do you like to do? I like listening to Miss Gigi's stories, and my favorite so far is The Mystery Friend.
Thank you, Isabella.
We love getting this, so make sure you get yours in very quick. Well, I think it's almost time for us to go, but before we go, I want to remind you that next time we have a brand new story, and it's called
Stompy the Elephant.
Ooh, sounds really interesting. I can't wait to share it with you. Till next time, girls, have a great rest of the week. Bye.
Bye. Don't forget that you're Gigi, gorgeous in God's image.